for Tier 1. Oh, yeah, there you go. Team standings up. Team standings are on your screen now. Round 3, almost a third of the way through, like we are with Tier 2 as well. You can see SLR have got a nice little lead out there. 49 points lead. Getting 56 points last week has put them nice out in front. They did win Tier 1 back in Season 3. So maybe they're going to try and get it back. ET took it off their hands, and maybe they're going to try and get it back. Yeah, 49 points out front. Talking of SLR, we've got Mr. Corey back in the comms booth. Welcome back, Mr. Corey.
Hello, good evening everyone. Good evening, Tom. It is good to be back. Second night running for me and you. So we had a bit of a Tier 2 action last night to say the least. And tonight it's the Tier 1 boys' turns.
Yeah, do you want to know how many tickets we had yesterday?
Go on then.
1.
You're joking.
And it wasn't even about an incident. It was about the two Tweedledee and Tweedledum at the back.
Oh my God.
It wasn't even like a clip or anything. It was just, yeah. So, I don't know if people are just waiting or whatnot, but yeah, I have no idea. But there you go. The rest of it as follows. GSR are in second, AMS in third, and you've got ART in fourth. Drobble's racing today, so definitely one of the favourites to win the race. It is dry quali. You can't see it, but I can see it's dry quali. BRT in fifth. And we'll see how it unfolds from here. I will flip it over now so you lads can see.
There's no qualifying. This is just the race. There's no qualifying.
No, there is qualifying.
There's not.
There has to be.
Oh, it says to the left actually. But yeah, it's just put it straight in the race.
Oh, KMK.
Oh my.
Well, it's going to be a restart then. All right, well, first restart, KMK has had an absolute mare. I had to... Rage, yes, because KMK has put us into a race. Oh. KMK's had an absolute mare.
Oh no.
I love this. Anyway, just join off KMK, we'll start again. I love it. It's just banter at this point. Right. I don't know. We'll just sit here for a few minutes. Look at the team standings for a bit more. Let's see if I can... have I got anything to add? Can I add a picture or something? No, I can't. Right, has he made the lobby? He has.
He has. I'll drop
Get your asses back in. Right, we're back in now. What is everyone saying? I don't know. I just don't know what to say. Let's get team standings off. There you go. You can see what's happening, lads. Not a lot, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it was the first time I think this has ever happened. Someone's forgot to put quali on.
Yeah.
One thing I think that might be a bit different tonight, I don't know, BRT still have a strong lineup, but I do wonder if we're going to see another team dominate just like BRT did yesterday with Kiwi and Jack. Obviously, they've got Toby and Ads racing tonight, but there were some other quick drivers out there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to kind of. I don't think Kiwi got the credit he deserved from yesterday, to be honest.
Yeah, I think a lot will agree there. I think he definitely deserved to win the race after what he did,
Oh,
but I think he'll still be happy with BRT 1-2. But yeah, I think a lot of us will agree saying that Kiwi didn't really get full credit for what was a brilliant race from him. Absolutely dominated in the first stint. Obviously, had the slower tyres in the second stint, but again, he held his nerve and came home with the 1-2 for his team.
and seeing how this race unfolds, we'll probably ready up at well, no, 10 past. Everyone seems to be in. We're waiting on Firms' teammate.
I'll get him in.
So we've got like an 8 minute delay. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Just double check the settings now. Assist restrictions are okay. Weekend structure is good. Qualifying's on. Weather, time and day. Dynamic, midday perfect. Yeah. Rules and flags. Immersive standard off. Simulation settings. Reduced hard. Yeah. All good. Everyone can ready up. Let's go. So, take two, lads. Take two.
Hopefully, the last take of the night. Let's not have another lobby restart.
I mean, the past few lobby restarts haven't even been my fault. You know, I'm quite happy with that. Kenzie, what would be the problem if I did like it? That's just homophobic, mate. Just shut up. Right, 4 seconds and then everyone will start again. Thank God for that. Clever, I don't know, mate, what's going to happen here. Let's see how this unfolds. Right, 9 minutes later than scheduled. We're going to get underway. Short qualifying, you can see top left of your screen. Thank goodness for that. We've got some Champions League games on tonight. I think they're basically over though, aren't they? From what I saw. I think City are 3-0 up and Inter are 2-0 up or something.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get underway. I love Cody's. Hello, Tim. Tim, I feel like you're a bit of a celebrity now. There was like 900 people watching challenges yesterday. And when it, obviously tier 2 was on yesterday, but whenever I kept flicking over and seeing the chat, even people that I don't even know, I feel like people were just converted to be Term fans yesterday. Like just random people. Everyone in the chat, like you had like Cobb and you had a few others saying, watch Term. And like, it was just random people just going along with it. Just put watch. I don't know. I don't know what had happened there, but I feel like you've got a few new fans, mate. Just from that. So yeah, hopefully you have a good race tonight, fella.
Get sort of like F1 esports drivers are doing watch along as well. They were just all cheering on Turn.
I feel like yeah,
you said, Turn's a favourite now.
they actually were. Grace is in. Hello, Grace. Zinks. Hello, Zinks. Right, so drivers are now on laps. QRT Thomas, I believe. Is this Team Drive Thomas or used to be? People change teams too many times. I get Killian's in, fellow admin of AEC. He is Drobble, has won a couple of races before in AEC. There's a couple of winners in here. Trying to think. I think Griffiths has won one. I want to say Griffiths has. That might be it. That might be it. Dizzy rings a bell. Drobble's my favourite to win the race, though.
Yeah, Drobble's been on good form lately. He's been showing some good pace, and yeah, I think he's going to be quite a few people's favourites for tonight.
Tim, there's been so many races, mate. I lose count. Yeah, I'm not greatest at it. I do forget who's won what and all that. I'm not here next week, so if you win next week, Corey, you might be in charge of the whole thing next week.
Oh no.
You didn't seem very happy about that. Anyway,
Oh,
Mr. Thomas is about to start us. Oh, and a hot lap. DRS open. There's a bit of a wiggle coming out of the final corner. But away he goes. Soft tyres for him. Griffiths has got your yellow compound, as you call it in... I'm trying to remember. What is it? They call it the reds and yellows. It's the American series. I've completely forgotten the name of it. IndyCar. That's the one. IndyCar. So Mr. Thomas through the S section he goes. Hopefully keeps it valid, and as I said yesterday, time penalties is absolutely crucial and can hamper the rest of your race, to be honest. So definitely trying to keep it within the track throughout qualifying, and as I say that, he has gone round. And as you know, lads, common knowledge now in AEC what he can't do, and you can't part AEC. Right, who is on a lap, Mr. Curran?
it's the celebrity man. It's almost term going down the back straight now. He's got a pretty calm first sector, of course. Track limits heavy this circuit. We saw it last night. We saw a few drivers only 20 seconds of penalties yesterday. So hopefully the Tier 1 lads can keep it down for this evening. But just getting a lap on the board is going to be the crucial thing. But Terms had a pretty decent lap so far. Middle sector split is 1 minute 2.3. Can't really go off last night's times because he decided to chuck it down in qualifying. But Terms looking for a pretty decent banker so far.
I think it's actually 20. It's just automatic. They put you wherever they want. I think his teammates had a bit of a spin, and that would be Andres. And yeah, Andres looks like he caused a yellow flag there. So back on board with Mr. Challenger Turn. No one has set a time, and I feel like he will be the first to set a time. So yes, he will. DRS open, comes to the line now, and Turn provisional of a 32.6. There's a couple of drivers behind him. There you go. Kieran goes P2 with 32.9, and then there's a couple more drivers crossing on line as followed. It's a Mercedes, but he might have spun it. Is it going to be a quick lap? No, I think it was invalidated. And who else has crossed on the line? You've got Dizzy goes into P3, Justin goes into P2. FRT Justin, I think he just moved from AMS, I believe. I think he did.
Reese Hunt is next to cross the line. He's going to go P5, 33.8, so slowest of the time so far, with all due respect. And so yeah, quite a lot of time for him. Killian's going to be the next car. He goes into P3 for ETE.
Killian was a Tier 2 driver, obviously been moved up by ETE to put himself in Tier 1, and Killian kind of established himself as a good little driver, and TAR 29M goes into P5 with a 33.3, but back on board with Ads here, down the straight he goes, halfway through his lap for BRT, his teammate currently set in P11 who set a time on the medium compound tyre. More drivers crossing the line now, Drobble goes into P3 with 32.8, back on board with Ads though as he's into sector 3. Corey, how's it looking?
It's looking pretty good at the moment for Ads. Only a few more corners to go. This tricky little triple right-hander. We've seen a lot of drivers lose it yesterday. I've seen a few drivers lose it at the moment in this session. But 2 more corners to go for Ads now. Again, just getting a lap time on the board and easy to invalidate on that outside line, but doesn't use all the track. Rounds the final corner of turn 20. And where's this going to put Ads? It's going to put him P8 with 33.3.
More drivers now crossing the line. Zinks is under at the Tier 2 goes. Firmsy now coming around the final corner, and Firmsy DRS open to the line, uses all the DRS, goes P6. Goes Mr. Firmsy. So more drivers crossing the line. Ken K is going to be the next one, and Ken K goes P8 with 33.2, right behind his teammate of Kieran, who is into the pits he goes. So Stealth not set a time. Jackster into sector 3 now. He has not set a time either. So we'll have to watch him, and Mr. Zinks entering sector 3 shortly as well. So back on board with Jackster. I think he's going to be the next driver who's not set a time yet. He's currently at P19. Definitely needs to keep this valid at all. Needs to be up there if he can. But with Term currently leading the way, 32.6 is Jackster. Going to get anywhere near him at the top of the table. Keeps it valid through there. Absolutely beautifully. Slings it round now. The final corner he goes. DRS will be activated for a short time. To the line he goes and goes P14 with 33.5.
Next car is going to be Zinks. He got a lovely toe from his teammate down the back straight. He's going to cross the line. He goes up into fourth place, just ahead of his teammate Drover by 0.003 of a second.
So Stealth, one of the two drivers who have not set a time yet. Thomas is now on an out lap after spinning on his first lap. Then Mr. Stealth ran the phone in the corner. He goes. DRS once again will be activated for seconds. To the line goes P8, joins his teammate. They're firmly on the fourth row of the grid.
Yeah, it's 2x2 near enough in the top 10. Only really Killian and Blade stopping that. But yeah, he's looking. Of course, Justin as well. But yeah, all of the teams are quite near each other at the moment, but no one's able to topple AMS Terms time of a 1 minute 32.6.
Yeah, just watching Fernsey, he was getting blocked, but he was on an in lap anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think it was Thomas. Yeah, it was Thomas, just not moving up the way, which is fair enough. Fair enough. So Thomas, doing driving not set a time, is on a hot lap now. A lot of drivers are going to be starting coming into the pit. Zinks is on an in lap. Stealth is also on an in lap. Jackster is on an in lap as well. So I think it's Thomas, doing driver out there on track on a hot lap. A lot of drivers now are out laps as well. So through the S as Thomas goes, he did spin it through sector 2, I believe, on his last lap. So he needs to keep it very, just turned a little bit too early there. Did very well not to invalidate, but corrects himself. And he's missing a couple of apexes here. So this is not the quickest lap from Thomas. Maybe he just wants to get a lap on the board. Keeps it valid. He did spin there on his previous lap. And into sector 2 he goes now. And now he goes into turn 11. It's going to be the long straight for him. And DRS will be activated. No toe for him. As another wiggle coming out of turn 11. DRS is activated for him. It's not looking the quickest for Mr. Thomas. He's got a good name though.
Yeah, I thought you'd go and say that. But yeah, he's had a very shaky lap, has Thomas, at the moment. Through the first split, it was only about half a tenth down, if that, on AMS turn, sorry. And through the middle split, he's about another 4 tenths down. So he's about half a second off as it stands. And another part of the circuit where you need a pretty good rear end coming up. This triple right-hander of 16, 17 and 18. That Haas looks pretty planted at the moment through there. So whatever struggles he had at the start of the lap, it's kind of fixed itself a bit.
Term reckons Justin's got the wrong rolls. That might just be because we've not done it, to be honest. If I'm being honest with you, it might just be laziness. If he's not requested it, then yeah, it probably will be a penalty. But if we just haven't done it, then it won't be a penalty. That's just honest. So yeah, let's see. Thomas goes, yeah, 17. Andres currently sat in the back of the room with 45.9. I believe I could probably beat that. Who knows? So Drobble, definitely a driver to keep an eye on here. Currently sat in P5, is starting his second lap now. Blade Office is going to be starting his lap. He's into sector 3. He goes Justin, currently sat P2, lagging a little bit on my screen here. Through the S he goes. He's hovering a bit left and right, and apparently he might have the wrong rolls, but yeah, on board. Oh, he is lagging a bit, isn't he?
Yeah, just a little bit. I thought that was my connection at first, but yeah, he's a little bit of a rubber bandy out there. Is Justin?
Yeah, so Justin now, down turn 11 he goes. He's not going to have a toe from his teammate. I remember TRS. Oh my, he's scaring me. TRS, I was watching Kota as well, and they were giving toes the whole way. It really helped them. Really helped the team out, giving toes, and I've not seen any team do it. Actually, I tell a lie. ART are doing it. Drobble is getting a lovely toe here from Zinks. You know, a toolkit into existence here. A bit like Simon Carl, don't like it. I fucking love it. That teamwork there. Drobble getting a lovely toe from Zinks. I think Mr. TAR Luca has gone into P4. He has. Mr. Zinks, though, will probably get payback there. Well, you know, get the helping hand he needs on his hot lap. He's going to have to move out the way for this McLaren. No, I think it might be Fermsey. Is it Fermsey? No, he's not on a lap, so it doesn't really matter. So back on board with Drobble here. Into sector 3 he goes. He looks like he's going to run out of fuel, so he needs to make sure he keeps it valid through the penultimate and then the final corner. So Drobble here he goes. I did tip him to win this race, and he might be about to be putting it on pole position. Who knows? Bit of help from his teammate. DRS activated to the line. He goes, and Drobble 32.3. It is provisional, and that might be a pole lap, but who knows? Term has a wiggle coming out at turn 11 as well, and that might be the end of his lap.
Yeah, I think it is. That's a great lap from Jobble there, of course, getting a teammate from the toe. AERT are really linking up good this session. Both of their runs, they've given each other toes. And at the moment, Jobble on provisional pole, looking in good form at the moment. And Blaze just gone up into the front row now. He's just under 32.5, so the times are coming in quick and fast.
Ads goes into P4. I'll check that, Bell. You're probably right, mate. You are probably right. I'll check the audit log, lads. I'll just check the audit log. Yeah, no, Bell, we will, mate. We will. Don't worry. I'll double check it. So Killian has invalidated his like Zinks. Currently he's at P9, and as I said, teamwork at the ART camp, and there you go, Drobble is going to be giving the auto down for Mr. Zinks. So Zinks now slipstreaming Drobble all the way down the back straight here, and this is going to gain him what, probably about 2/10, maybe around there, something like that. So this is going to really help the cause of ART, but he invalidates. He turns in too early, and that is the end of his lap. Bit silly, that really.
Yeah, small error. One who's small error out the final corner was KMK. He was on a pretty decent lap, slightly up, but he's ended 2/10 down after that snap. So that's KMK's second run over. Jacked across the line though. He has just gone P11 for FRT.
It's all starting to get a bit, a bit close at the top here, and a lot of drivers now going to start coming out and firms. It's P3 with 32.5. Drobble still leading the way though. Mr. KMK is a 10th down after sector 1. So we'll continue watching him. Tondies, who raced last week, I believe, I do remember that name, down the back straight he goes. He's currently sat in P14. Andres is P13. Jack's there, invalidated his lap. Stealth, he's up in his time, and that probably is the end of his lap because he's ran out of ERS. So 11th is him. Zinks also now on an in-lap as well. So I think that could be it. Adds us into the pits. Term, we might have to watch the rest of Term's lap.
Yeah, where is it? There he is. Yeah, he's slightly up in the middle sector his term, only by 4 thousandths, but I remember on his previous lap he did have a bit of a shaky final sector, as he has had another one as well. He's had a huge snap through 17, and that's going to be his lap, near enough over, unless he can find some more time through the final couple of corners, and no, he abandons the lap and comes into the pit lane.
So he's into the pits, and that might be it for hot laps at the moment, to be honest, unless Stealth is up on his time, but I don't think he is. And no, I think Stealth could be done, or something's going on with the McLarens here. I just need to keep an eye on him. No, he's 1.5 seconds down, so that doesn't matter. that doesn't matter. He is down on his time, so it's all good. Of yellow flags, I think they've run out of fuel. Oh, they have run out of fuel. Stealth nearly goes straight into the back and burns you there. So that's it for everyone's hot laps. Zinks is into the pit. Firms he's going to be in. Yeah, there's no one on track. Well, no one on a hot lap anyway.
Second runs are over. First car that's going to start potentially their final run is going to be ART Griffiths in the Alfa Romeo. He's currently down in 18th place respectively, so he's got a bit of time to find. Currently on pole position, as we said earlier, is Drobble. 32.3 by nearly 0.2 of a second to Blade in the GSR team. But Griffith's about to start his lap. He's going to be hoping that he can continue the team's good form they had in Tier 2 last night and bring some of that form into Tier 1.
It was wet quality yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I was trying to compare times, but obviously you can't do that. So it doesn't matter. So always a good comparison of Tier 2 just before, but when it's wet quality, it really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. So Griffiths through the S's he goes of Sector 1. Question, what was Tier 2 quality? It was wet quality, Adrian. So, I don't really think you care what the time is of wet quality, do you? If I'm being honest. So, Griffiths.
He's on a good one here. He's on a really good one. He's had a good first sector. It's purple at the moment compared to Drobble. He's about half a tenth up. So, if he can keep it through the middle sector good, which he has so far, we could be about to see a new provisional pole man.
So dog is barking, lovely stuff, Molly. Appreciate that. So Mr. Thomas invalidated he's on an outlap anyway, so it doesn't matter. Kieran, looks like Kieran is on one, so Kieran as well. Maybe Dizzy. Dizzy's just going to be starting one as yellow flags for a Red Bull, might be TIR Luca. So Mr. Kieran, and he's going to get a nice tow here as well. So teamwork is really starting to happen here. Mr. KMK is going to really help out Kieran here down the back straight. There you go. And you can see the gaining that he is doing here, and DRS open and everything. He's gaining time, and he'll thank Mr. KMK when they get back in. Almost invalidates there. He's just that well as Griffiths goes provisional, and by 2,007 seconds ahead of Drobble. Talking of Drobble, Corey, he is going to be starting his lap very soon.
Yeah, he just ran into the back of one of the Haas cars there. But Kieran is about to finish his lap. He's about to come through the penultimate corner. Of course, we saw him get that lovely toe from his teammate KMK. Nearly goes wide out of the penultimate corner. Through the final corner of turn 20 now. He's used all of his ERS. But it's the run to the line with DRS. And Kieran goes into the top 3.
So Kieran into the top 3 now. But the guy you need to watch here is probably Mr. Drobble. Drobble, I don't know if he can get into the 31s. I mean, it's probably a big ask, to be honest. His teammate isn't ahead of him, though. He got a toe on his last lap. His teammate is nowhere to be seen here. Absolutely nowhere to toe. Drobble might be up after Sector 1, and he is up on his Sector 1. He's almost a 10th up on Sector 1. But that time, he's literally just gained in Sector 1. He's going to lose probably more than a 10th in Sector 2. So, I've got to question why you'd give a toe and then not do a toe on the last run. I've got to question it. I do.
Time to find though in the last sector, especially compared to Griffiths. Got about 10th and a half, but I think at the moment it's probably going to match Griffiths through the middle sector. So this might be even closer potentially between this provisional pole time.
Yeah, I'm going to watch Drobble now. He was a 10th up after sector 1, and let me guess now, he's a 10th down. No, do you know what? He hasn't actually lost that much. What am I talking? I'm talking shite. He is up on his time, Drobble, and that is enough to put him on pole. Griffiths' session is now done, but drivers now. Kieran's session is done. Blades is into sector 1. He goes. Firmsy is into sector 1 as well. Turn invalidated. Turn will not improve on his 32.6. But Drobble now, penultimate corner coming up now. Then he's going to enter the final corner of his lap. And Mr. Drobble, I tipped him to maybe win this race. And he might be about to put his on pole position. DRS activate, tiller line. And Drobble, 32.2, goes on pole position. Can anyone beat that?
KMK can't. He's invalidated out the penultimate corner. Next car's going to be TIR S29M. He's going to come around the final corner now. Can he improve his position? Yes, he can. He goes 15th fastest. So it is an improvement on his lap time.
No, Kieran's session is over. Blade, though, is up on his time. He'll need to find a good sector 3 if he can pull this out of the bag. There's probably drivers in the midfield that are going to jump up. We're going to watch Blades here. There's loads of drivers ahead of him. But Mr. Blades is up on his time. Might be trying to get himself onto the front row of the grid ahead of BRT, Griffiths and Kieran if he can. Has a bit of a wiggle low. Penultimate corner. Round the final corner he goes. People are finishing now. Blades up to the line he goes. DRS activated to the line he goes and goes. Stays in P5. Firmsy though looks like he extended the track limits a little bit there. I caught the end of that. That hopefully doesn't improve. I might need to check that one again. We'll get a clip off him. People moving. Killian goes into P4 and Firmsy's line doesn't improve in his time. Dizzy though the final driver and he's into the pits.
Yeah, Drobble on pole then. Your man for the race victory. He is going to be starting on provisional pole with BRT Griffiths alongside him, a 10th of a second between the two of the drivers. And IRT Kieran finishes P3 and Killian right at the end. Same with ads as well, 4th and 5th for them respectively. But yeah, I think it's probably the favourite for tonight. Drobble for AERT taking pole.
So there you go, qualifying is done. Cobb says he would get pole in this lobby. Cobb, can you remember what pole was last season? I feel like you got it. Because I remember it. Ogween won, it was you, Nathan Ogween. Can you remember what pole was? There you go, that'll test you. Well, there you go, Drobble's on pole position there, 32.2. 0.3 for Griffiths into P2 he goes. Kieran in P3, Killian in P4. Tier 2 driver Killian, not anymore. Look in and go. Ads into P5, Blades into P6, Luke in 7th, Firmsy in. If anyone is going to match Stabby and do Tier 2, Tier 1, Tier S, I feel like Killian's one of them.
Well, he settled in well as Killian. I think first race, I think you said, and he's going to start P4. Obviously, it's the race where it counts, but race is looking pretty decent in qualifying, to say the least.
He's not going to complain with that at all. Right, I've got one for everyone. I've got a question. What's everyone's thoughts about pineapple on a pizza? Would you have it? Would you?
I love it. Yeah,
See,
I absolutely adore
I'd
it.
eat it, but I don't think I'd order it. You know what I mean? I feel like if someone ordered it and I had it, I feel like, you know, but I don't think I could order it.
it's definitely not my go-to, but I definitely do love it.
Pepperoni's my go-to.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people's. To be fair, it's the common one, but it's clear.
I'm gonna get hungry here.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm gonna get hungry talking about this. I'm just looking for the audit log. JT has deleted a lot of role requests, but he's not updated. Yeah, he's deleted a lot of role requests, but I can't see which ones he's deleted. Whenever I get a pizza, I always add pineapple to it. I'd happily pay the $165 to add pineapple. Jesus.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Flipping heck. 'Cause he lives, mate. Hello, Harrison. Pineapple on a pizza is sickly. Yeah, I do like a bit of pepperoni. Despacito. Right, we'll get away in a couple of minutes. We'll get underway in a couple of minutes. Hello, Delta. Welcome in, son. Welcome in. Clever's in. Arthur's there. I see Arthur. Who else we got? Arthur, I've not seen you race in a while, mate. I remember NVR, you'd raced quite a bit. I feel like you won a race at one point, or did you not? I feel like for F123, right, I'm going to try, like, just make a spreadsheet of every race that I do comms on. Just so I remember them. Because there's so many races that I've done, I just don't remember them anymore. I remember Arthur, though, from MVR days. Oh, well. Right, people can ready up. I'm not going to act everyone. You just do it. You've had long
Just
enough.
someone's listening.
Someone's listening. Someone's got to be listening.
At the moment, Drob was the only one who selected the medium.
Someone was listening.
Oh, sorry, and QRT.
Thank you, guys. Right then. Round 3 is going to be a cheer term. Thank you. I appreciate it. So round 3 is going to get underway with Drubble on pole position. If it's anything like Tier 2 was yesterday, lads, you're in for a bloody treat. Let me tell you, it was absolute carnage. So here we go then. It's Drubble on pole. It's AEC Tier 1, round 3. And it's 1, 2... Oh my... I pressed the wrong button on my TV. Back to it. Run the way, lads. I pressed the wrong button on my TV. But run the way. I can't see it right. But here we go. So Drubble, he's had an absolute error. And Griffith's into P1. Ads is going to go around the outside of Drubble. Drubble's absolutely... I don't know what's happening. Drubble forces off Mr. Ads. Off track. There's a Ferrari gone very wide. And that's Blades. He goes very wide off track. I turned my TV off with my remote, lads. I got excited. Anyway, I don't know what's happened to Drubble. He's bogged down a little bit there, and there's yellow flags all over the place. It looks like Mr. Jackson's dropped the position. Luca might have dropped the position as well. Fernsey is losing positions. Oh, there's 3 wide in the S's. Cora! Oh, dearie me. Oh, way.
Big.
What's happened, Cora?
They were trying to go 3 or even 4 wide in the S's section, which obviously, I think, as we know, it is not going to happen. Drummond's got a 5-second time frame. He's hit the back of the kit. He's hit the back of Kieran, and that's going to hamper his even poor start even more now. But yeah, contact with Jackster at turn 1, contact with Luca. It was a chaos going into the SE section.
Oh, Ads has got one for ignoring. Oh dear, it's all happening here. Justin is lagging all over the place on my screen.
Yeah, same here.
Jesus. And literally, as the lights were going out, I've moved and I've pressed like the TV to turn on. Oh, mate. Trust me to do that, lad. Trust me to do that. The termit's bad, mate. It's bad. I can see it. He might have a connection warning on his hands, lad. I'm not going to lie to you. He might have a connection warning. Yeah, it is bad.
It's bad. Very bad. Oh, someone's in. Oh, Drobble's in.
Drobble must have damage.
Damage for hitting the back of Kieran.
He must have. Or is he trying to get rid of his 5 seconds?
Maybe.
If he doesn't have damage, he's getting rid of his 5 seconds. He's just going to...
Yeah, he's got damage.
Oh, dear.
He's gone back to green. And Griffith's
Right, run the way.
He's got 1.2 seconds.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. So, Mr. Drobble, Reese is retired. Oh, my God. It's all happening here. He's retired in the pits. He's had enough. We've had 2 retirements already. So, after lap 1... Justin's up 5 positions, but he might not be up 5 positions. He's lagging, I don't know. Zinks is up 5. You've got Tondi's up 4, and S29M, he's up 5 as well. Dizzy and S, they're having a bit of a battle. No, they're not, because THR has spun it. So back up to the top of the field. We've got a bit of movement, and that is Griffiths. He is in the lead of the race. Adds his teammate sat in P5, but he does have a penalty, and it won't get removed because he'll have to serve it. So that's just unfortunate. Killian now, currently in the podium positions, battling Kieran, P2, P3. Bloody hell, who would have these P2, P3? Hello, Turker.
Yeah, Tom and Justin battling. This is for sick. The battle of the lags by the look of Justin's car, but does about squeeze his way through, very cautiously, of course, because he probably doesn't know where Justin's car actually is. But yeah, nevertheless, that's Turn now up into 6th place, moving 3 positions.
Harry, it's not you lagging, mate. It's Justin. I'll stop watching him, lad. I'll stop watching him because he's making my eyes go funny, lad. He's making my eyes go funny. Hello, off Wesley. That's another driver. Everyone's in today. So Firmsy right behind his teammate here on the back of Stealth. But yeah, Adds with that 5-second penalty. It's going to hamper him because it might not have even been his fault, but. Yeah, getting a 5-second penalty that early on, you can't remove it. It's a ball ache, is what that is. But if there's a safety car, he's going to drop, what, 3-4 positions from it? Anyway, Zinks is making him... Oh, no, I can't watch Justin, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'll have to. I'll have to. If Bell... Oh, no, who is he racing for now? He's racing for... Oh. No, I thought there was a move happening there. But there isn't. Right, Corey, what is happening here?
I think he's going to get Justin here with DRS. He goes through FRT Justin. But yeah, he's now up into 7th place. Looks like Kieran's swapping around with Killian. So he's now up into 2nd place.
Yeah, it's leaving Griffiths out in front here. Griffiths... Oh, Killian, you donkey! Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Wow, that's not what he wanted to do at all. He's gone to join his teammate. ETA now 12th and 13th, and he's going to be under threat from Jackster shortly. But that's a crucial error from Killian, and that's essentially his race for potentially at least a podium today over.
I mean, I know Killian pretty well. He will not, and I mean not be happy with that. And he's into the pits. He must have damage. He's picked up damage, and yeah, he'll be speaking angry. In Scottish is what he'll be doing now. Grumpy nose, yeah, you just can't park there. You just can't do it. Oh. I mean, Justin's got a pen. This is crazy. This is crazy, mate. I thought my internet was bad.
So did I. I thought mine was horrific, but this is a new level.
Justin will be hosting the next lobby, everyone, just so you know. Can you imagine? Flipping heck. Anyway, Griffiths still 2 seconds out ahead, Kieran P2. It moves Blades up into P3, but we've got movement, and there's a yellow flag, and I think that's Killian again. Oh, Killian's retired, he crashed out. No, Killian's retired on track!
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
He's retired.
Yeah, you cannot do that.
A lap ago, he was in P3, lad.
Yeah, believe it or not, he was.
Oh,
Yeah, Killian.
oh, Justin.
Oh, Justin's
Random
round.
move. Oh, who's that? Mr. Andres has a moment. Justin going too wide. Oh dear, Tondi. Oh my. Harry, I don't know, mate. I think he's just angry. I can understand it, but retiring on track, Andres with a bit of a track extension there, if I've ever seen one.
In the car line through turn 19, but we'll see if he gets any penalties later on. Of course, that goes to all the other drivers as well. But yeah, the four-wheeled rubber band, I think Dizzy's about to overtake it.
Yeah, I think he is. So midfield looks like they're in a bit of a DRS train. Yeah, you've got Dizzy on the back of him now. The lag is Harry, it's scaring me, mate. I'd hate to be. He's getting loads of penalties, but oh, mate, I think he's going in the wall. Then he turns in and oh.
That's whether he's actually having a moment or not.
I don't know. I think he's on 6 seconds now. Yeah, he's on 6.
Yeah.
How do I join? You need to join the team board, mate. Is what you need to do, fella. This is an esports tournament, Phil. This is you need to get yourself into an Xbox esports team. Oh, a bit of a moment for TIR Luca and Drobble. The opportunity is he's on a bit of a march, or trying to make a march. You know, he's going to try his best if he can. After the mistake or happened, something happened. I don't really know, but
oh,
yeah.
He's gone. Drobble's gone.
A mistake did happen. I jinxed him. I apologise.
Oh, it's like last night. We had two cars sitting pretty far at the back, and we know what went down.
Oh dear.
Not this again.
So back up to the top. Griffith still holding Kieran at 2 seconds. They're matching each other for pace at the moment. They're doing the same lap times. Blades is currently sat in P3. He's got DRS on Kieran if he can get close enough there for an overtake. And then you've got Turn comfortably in the penalty range of Ads, who does have a 5-second penalty. Everyone who hasn't pit yet is on the hard tyres. Everyone's doing the hard medium strategy, and they'll be pitting, say, around lap 15-ish, 14, maybe a little bit early if they want to try and chance it. But yeah, I'd say about around lap 15 is when you'll start seeing people pit. Yeah. Let's see how this unfolds. But at the moment, Griffiths leading the way.
Yeah, he's doing well out in front of Griffiths. One man who's had a great race so far is Zinc for AERT. Currently in P6, gained 7 positions so far. And on this train, battle for P2, so maybe when the pit stops coming around, he might be thinking about doing an undercut. He might be able to get ahead of maybe even Turn, and of course Ads with that penalty. That's going to help him as well. But he could be well within the battle here if he can get a little undercut.
Kiwi, it was, do you know when like you're in a safety car and then someone overtakes you, and then it tells you to let them pass, and then you let them pass, and then like you're alternating who's letting whoever's passed, and then one of you just has to take it on the chin. It was that. That's what it was. So yeah, there's not a lot you can do because he will have to serve it as well. So yeah, it's just one of those shitty things, isn't it? But Griffiths 2.2 seconds now. He's gained 0.2 of a second. That lap on Kieran he did. So he's holding him. Kieran cannot get close enough right now. ERS levels. Griffiths is doubling what Kieran has. Blades is sitting comfy, isn't he? Look at him on 80%. He's doing all right there. Ads on 50%. We go down to Term on 24. Zinks is running out. You've got Fermsy in 50. Yeah, so Blades looking comfy here. Blades could launch an attack on Kieran, maybe this lap.
Yeah, if you use a little bit of that battery, maybe just after turn 10, a little straight going down into 11 where the DRS zone is, you can maybe launch an attack, as you said, and that's exactly what you can do. You use a bit of that ERS, get it maybe within about half a second, stealth now to the penalty for track limit. But I think Blade might be a little bit too far back here unless he rinses his battery. I think it looks like he actually is going to do.
Yeah, it looks like he is doing. He's burning it all for this overtake here, and now he's turned it off. Maybe he thinks he's got enough speed to get the overtake done, and that's exactly what he has. He's got enough speed. Kieran is going to have to back out of this one, and Blaze has got himself into P2, but has a bad exit, and Kieran might launch it around the outside. No, he doesn't. He's going to sit behind him and hold P3. Gives him a little of a nudge, though. Bit of a love tap on the booty, and he stays in P3. So Griffiths now 2.5 seconds out front from Blades overtaking Kieran. And yeah, once again, BRT put on a clinic here at Kota. Maybe they just really like the track.
Yeah, I know Kiwi does like this track quite a bit, I've been told. I'm not sure about Toby. I know he's been pretty quick so far over the course of the races he's done this season. The race has been quite a bit, and here in the Circuit of the Americas, he's looking pretty comfortable out in front, just like his one of his teammates Kiwi did yesterday.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a good idea, that Harry. I thought about that myself. You know, like live student where you could just like give people penalties. I feel like it would cause absolute carnage then. I feel like in theory it's a really good idea because it's realistic of what they actually do IRL, like they actually give penalties. But I feel like it would be carnage because you'd only see it live. Obviously, you'd only have one look at it, and then you might get another POV. That's an extension, Zinc. Yeah. It would be good, but it would be carnage. It would be there'd be so many arguments, mate. It would just be it would be chaos. It would be absolute chaos. So lap 8 is underway. 2.6 seconds out in front. Griffith still holding Blades. We've got the overtake done on Kieran on the last lap. Kieran cannot get it back though on this lap. And there's a bit of a train forming down to P7. Fernsey, who's in a bit of no man's land, his teammate just sat comfortably behind him. Dizzy, the closest, looking for an overtake on the back of Tondi's. And we had a bit of... Daddy came in and said, Tondi's P9, excellent ride. So Tondi's doing a good job. At the moment in P9, his teammate did crash out there on lap 1.
Indeed he did. Kieran is still sticking on the back of Blade here, so they're going to try and pull each other along. Maybe try and close the gap to Griffiths a little bit. Kieran's still very, very close to Blade here, so he's got DRS down the main straight. It's better to probably just wait until maybe just after turn 11, the second DRS, as Andrew picks up a penalty. Yeah, Kieran isn't slouching. He is still sticking on the back of Blade, so we might see these two switch around again.
So no overtakes happening on this side. It's gone a bit stale at the moment, I feel. There's not been many overtakes since lap 1, really. It's gone a bit, you know... Everyone's just chilling. I feel everyone's just taking it easy. Mr. S29M, as though, has got a bit of an issue, and that is in the form of Justin's 40-foot wide car that he's got to get past if he can try. We'll keep an eye on it. If you look at the line that Justin takes, you're like, how the hell is he staying ahead? But on his screen, he's not taking that line. Term, though, and Zinks, they changed positions. There's something happened to Term there because he's lost a lot of time.
I think he lost it out of 11, had a huge snap, and that's allowed Zink to use a bit of the extra ARS and go through. And speaking of ART, Drummond's race has gone from even bad to worse as he's lost it.
Yeah, I don't know if he picked up any damage there. I'll just check his car. But yeah, Drobble's race, yeah, it's going from bad to worse. It is. And the thing is, though, with the cap that we do now, 6 races, because it's just a smaller season, you have one bad race, that's going to count. You know what I mean? You can't just retire and let it... So you've got to try and make all 6 races count. I mean, it's up for discussion who the quickest ART driver is, but Drobble would definitely be in contention for that. I'd say definitely top 3, maybe top 2. And for him to be currently sat 10 seconds behind the second last driver, that is not what Mr. Grumpy would have thought would be happening, considering he got pole position.
Yeah, if you take your mind back to a fortnight ago at Silverstone, no one was able to match Drobble at all, but obviously didn't race around to Imola. Of course, you mentioned the 6 race cap, but in the Circuit of the Americas, even though he got pole position, it's a race to forget.
I mean, Grumpy, if it's me, mate, this is what I did. AEM Academy, I think I only ran it for about 2 months. You don't retire unless you get lapped or have got side pod damage. And everyone agreed, and that was the way it was. If you've been lapped, I understand, because you can't unlap yourself in safety cars, so that, you know, it's understandable. Side pod damage is undrivable, I'd understand. Apart from that, suck it up and race, you bitch. Basically.
You shoot the nail on the coffin there.
You know, it's your own fault you're in that position. You know, race. A safety car might come out and he's back in it, you know what I mean? Dan's not here, Kiwi, and I don't want to get done for, like, you know, I was thinking about doing that, though, you know, like an accent for a lap. But I feel like people would start asking me to do Korean or something, and we'll just get banned, so we're not going to do that. We would, honestly. People would start to tell Tom do Mandarin
would.
for laps. And we'd just get banned straight away. So we're not doing that.
Kieran's closing up a bit now. Gap's gone just over half a second, but he has used quite a bit of that battery. Of course, Blade looking pretty comfortable in that second place now, with 70% spare. Griffiths, of course, still looking comfortable out in front, 40% battery, but Blade's in a really good position at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him pitting a few laps time to try and maybe undercut Griffiths and close that gap a little more.
He enjoys being with me, Kiwi, that's what it is, mate. So midfield, Jackster on the back of Andres. There's a bit of all train from Dizzy down to Jackster here. Can any moves happen? We'll see. See if anyone's close enough for an overtake. We've not had an overtake for a while, to be honest. DRS trains are happening, and the pit window will be opening in the next 3 laps-ish, I'd say 3 laps. There might be an overtake happening here, though. Jackster's gaining, he's gaining and gaining on the back of Andres. Andres is not going to defend it, and Jackster's going to send it up the inside of him. Or he's not, or he... I feel like Jackster wanted to go for that, and then he went for it, decided he didn't want to go for it, and probably picked himself up a track limit warning.
Yeah, he wasn't committed to that move at all.
Oh!
And he's still come round. Oh, hard break for Jackster.
And he's got damage. He should have gone for the overtake, mate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So Kieran staying in P3. Blades got that overtake and is losing time to Griffiths. Griffiths now got it to 3 seconds. So he's doing a good job, Griffiths. He's holding out in front. We've seen a few mistakes from drivers. Drobble being one. You just saw one from Jackster. Killian obviously making a mistake and then retiring on track, which is, it's never good. It's never good.
Jackster's now retired in the pit lane, so his race is now over after picking up that damage. We saw him make the error. And yeah, that's unfortunately FRT's driver's race done. And Term has got past Zinc, so maybe Zinc's made a mistake out of turn 10. A very easy place to make a mistake on traction. And that's allowed Term into the top 5 now.
Yeah, I was on board with Zinc, so he did make a mistake. Easy overtake for Term, really, and Jackster's left the session. So we've had a few retirements, and most of them are just themselves doing it, to be honest. Not enjoying it, and just throwing dummies out of pram is another way of saying it. But yeah, Griffiths, you got the lead at the start. Drobble, I mean, Drobble's notoriously not known for having good starts. I have seen that in a couple of races he's done. He bogs down a little bit from start, so I don't know why that is or whatnot. But Griffiths got the lead and has held the lead since lap 1 and currently lap 12. We're on our way to halfway through the race, and he's comfortably 3.1 seconds out ahead.
He's looked in control of this race so far, as Griffiths, as you said, over 3 seconds ahead now as we start lap 13. Pit window will probably open around next lap. I think Kiwi pitted 15 yesterday, if I remember rightly. But we'll see if the other BR2 driver does do the exact same. But at the moment, behind him is Blade, who's just about holding off Kieran for the battle for P2.
Got a movement happening here. KMK into oh my god. Sheesh is all I've got to say for that one. Sheesh. Thought a movement was happening there, but it didn't happen, and it must be awful racing behind him.
Yeah, it's probably not the best thing to see in front of you. You probably don't actually know where his car actually is compared to where it actually is. But hopefully KMK can just slide his way past on the straight coming up in a minute with DRS, because Justin has now lost that advantage to S29M.
Yeah, I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say about it. We'll just see how it unfolds. Hopefully it doesn't cause any big issues to any other drivers, to be honest. Hopefully not, anyway. So yeah, we're coming up to halfway through the race. Griffiths keeping it at 3.5. Now he's just pulling away a little bit. A couple of tenths a lap here, there. He's keeping Blades at distance, and Kieran, I would say he's trying to harvest, but he's not. He's doing the opposite. Partick, it's bad. It's bad. Here goes Kieran now. He's close enough this time, isn't he? Or is he?
Yeah, I think he's a bit too far back. I think if he's thinking smart, then he's going to wait until the straight. First car in the pits is Fernsey, so maybe he's thinking to get an undercut to try and get in this DRS train because he was a bit far off.
Yeah, that's got to be early for mediums, hasn't it?
Very big gamble to try and get the softs to the end from here. He's going to be taking the mediums just as long as he has the hards, if not further. But yeah, we'll see what Fernsey can do and if he can close the gap to Zinc potentially. But speaking of closing gaps, I think Kieran maybe is close enough to Blade here. But Blade, of course, does have that battery to defend.
Yeah, Blades just does not touch his battery. I feel like if Blades went on a push lap, he could probably get the gap down to below 3 seconds if he went for it. But he's going to have a very quick Kieran behind him with DRS activated. He's not touching his battery though. So, yeah, I don't know what Blades maybe waiting for the second stint or something.
That 3 tenths a lot slower than Griffiths for like the past few laps. So, yeah, and obviously Griffiths with the lesser battery. So, yeah, Blade is in a pretty decent place for the final stint.
Maybe that's what he's waiting for. Literally, maybe that is what he's waiting for. You know, blast it. Maybe go for an undercut, use all your battery, and then get close enough to Griffiths. Or try it anyway. Griffiths will just copy what he does though. But Griffiths needs to be careful and not do a Kiwi, is what Griffiths needs to do. And if Kiwi doesn't know what I mean, then he didn't rewatch the stream.
Blade's in. Same with Kieran as well. So they have came in. I have seen Medal has put Fernsey will be on around 50 to 60% by the end of the race, and Kiwi also saying they last about 12 laps until they're gone. So it's going to be a stretch to get them to the end for these guys as Drobble gets a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, the second and third place drivers came in early to try and close the gap to the race leader.
I mean, Griffiths should literally just wait for everyone else to pit, and then he pits. There is no point him coming into traffic if he was to come into traffic. Let me just double check. Gap to leader. Yeah, he would come out. Do you know what? He'd have clean air if he could pit now. He would come out just ahead. He would come out in between Blades and Andres, and he'd be about. So do you know what? Looking at that, Griffiths coming this lap. Looking at that.
Yeah. All he's got to do is react to Blade, and he should be in the right place to hold on to the race lead. The gap was just over 3 seconds, nearly 4 seconds before they came in. The gap will close up because, of course, Blade on those fresh medium tyres, and Griffiths will need to go through the same tyre warming phase as Blade and Kieran just did. Yeah, so far he's looked in control of this race.
Yeah, Blade staying ahead of Kieran there. I assume Griffiths will come in. It makes sense. Justin, been overtaken by Fernsey. Well, we don't know if he has, but it looks like he has. Anyway, back on board with Griffiths, and he stayed out. He stayed out?
Interesting call. So maybe he did hear your first call and maybe thinking, wait for everyone else to pit, and then maybe pit then. Of course, fresh tyres around here, I believe, are pretty much a big advantage. So he's waiting as long as he can. Make sure the tyres get to the end without any stress. Still a decent plan. The gap will be a lot closer than what it was, though, before Blade pits. But I think if he pits maybe in the next 2 laps, he'll still hold on to the leaders. Fernsey now takes the fastest lap of the race.
I mean, the gap to leaders came down about 2 seconds that lap, I believe. I think it was over 22 seconds. So now it's 20.6. We'll keep an eye on it. This undercut could really help Blades here. We'll just keep an eye on it, though, as he goes through Sector 1. Keep an eye on Griffiths. Ads is going to... He might have to stay on another lap, Ads, because he doesn't want to... Oh, is he just in double stack range? Or is it okay?
That's 6 seconds of double stack range.
Let's see how this unfolds. How long's the pit, lads? Does anyone know? Nah, BX or not, because he's got a 5-second penalty, Ads does. How long did you say, sorry?
I think it's just over 20, I think. I might be wrong, but I believe it's just over 20 seconds. So it's going to be very nip and tug, I think, between Blade and Griffiths. Of course, I've seen someone put in the chat, I think it's Jack, saying new mediums are rapid. Of course, he raced yesterday, did win the race, should I say. And Griffiths does peel off into the pit lane now. So this is going to be crucial to where he comes out to Blade. Because if he is within DRS Blade, he can start to save his tyres maybe a little bit behind him.
Let's see. Let's see how this unfolds. So Griffiths is now into the pits. He's now getting his tyres changed. You can have Blades come round the final corner now. Griffiths is on his way out. This is going to be very, very close, and we might have a new leader here. It's going to be very close indeed. You can see he just comes out now, but he's going to have Blades right in the back of him. He had a 3.5 second lead. He won't have a 3.5 second lead anymore, and that lead is 4/10 of a second. I say lead, he's P3, but you know what I mean. So, was it worth staying out them extra 2 laps?
No, as you can see now, and of course Griffiths has got to do that same tyre warm-up phase, and he's going to be so slow in this first sector. Blade's going to be all over the back of him on the back straight. He's now lost DRS to Andres, has Griffiths, so he's going to be so under pressure. Blade's rinsing the battery. Griffiths is rinsing his battery as well. I think we're going to have a new net race leader in a moment's time.
I think you're right. Griffiths will not have DRS here, and you can see he won't. So Blades is going to be net leader of this race because Griffiths decided to stay out an extra 2 laps. I mean, we saw it yesterday. Kiwi decided to pit into traffic. Griffiths decided to stay out another 2 laps. BLT are very quick, because they've got quick drivers, you've seen it. But whoever's engineering their races, mate, whoever's the engineer, they need to get, they need new engineers, mate. They need to get on the old Twitter. We need new engineers. That's what we need, lads. Oh, this is not going to be good at all. Corey, look at this, what's happening?
Oh, we're going Andres and Griffiths going side by side at turn 17. Griffiths has got him all the way around the outside with the fresh rub. He's running to the back of Blade, I believe there. I think there was a slight bit of contact. Kieran needs to get past Andres here, or else this could be his chance. Maybe fighting for this victory over. He's going to rinse the battery, goes to the left-hand side with a better exit. He's now back up into net P3. Well, it is P3 now, as has now came in as Andres does back out. But yeah, Blade now into the lead of this race on 2 lap older tyres compared to Griffiths, so we need to bear that in mind. But we have now got a very tasty 3-way fight for this race victory to the end of this race.
I mean, Griffiths should get the lead back here, but this would have been a hell of a lot easier. You know, oh, Justin's retiring the track. Oh, no, he's not. He's retiring pits. Okay. I mean, Griffiths is still favourite to win this race. Don't get me wrong, he is. You know, it's not over, but I feel like it could have been a hell of a lot easier for him.
Yeah, he's made it hard for himself, has Griffiths. All he needed to do was just react to Blade. I think someone said in the chat earlier, about at least a second a lap quicker with fresh medium compared to old hards. But he is pitted, I think, 2 laps later, and that's really put him under the bus now.
Here he goes then, round the outside. Can he get the move done on Blades? And Blades cuts him off, and there's no chance of going round there. ERS levels are pretty similar now on the first stint. Blades was about 50% more than Griffiths, and now he's just going to keep him behind him for now. Kieran is just within range. He's got nothing left, Kieran, as he's holding on to Griffiths' rear end. He's trying to keep on tabs with him. But we've got a fight on our hands, and this is what you want to see. Dizzy on the back of Tondi's P11, P10. Well, this is what you want to see. I mean, I appreciate you, Griffiths. You've made it interesting now.
It has. It was as young just joined us 3 seconds it was. Nearly 4 out in front was Griffiths compared to Blade. Pits a bit later, as you can see by the tyre laps. And this has really made the race interesting now, as he is closing back up to Blade now. So if he can maybe hold it around this gap, we might see another switch for the race lead.
Yeah, 3.7 seconds, I believe was, when Blades pit. And then he came out and he was 4/10 ahead, Griffiths was, so pitting 2 laps earlier, he gained just over 3 seconds. So craziness. But he is close enough here, and you'd expect the lead to change hands. You would expect it to change hands, and DRS will be activated. Blades has not got a lot to defend with, and I don't think he will. We're just going to watch it through the rear end and see how much he's gaining. And Griffiths is gaining, he is gaining, and they've still got a lot of road to go with here. And Griffiths, he's not gaining enough to get the overtake. He's going to try it round the outside, and Blade stays ahead. So, this starts to get more interesting.
Yes, it is. In the meantime, Zink and Term have made their way past Andres, who is yet to pit in this race, so he's maybe hoping for a safety car now, with how late it is getting in the race. But yeah, the battle for the lead is well and truly on, between Griffiths and Blade. Kieran's sticking there in the background as well. If anything happens between those two, you know he's going to pick up the pieces. But yeah, just under 10 laps to go in this race now.
So DRS activated once again for Griffiths. I think this is the 4th straight he's had it now. But you can see Blades is pulling away. Blades is probably running, you know, that straight line speed. I think it's a bit quicker than what Griffiths is running, to be honest. It would look that way from what I can see. But look at Kieran. Kieran's now right in the back of Mr. Griffiths, and there's movement happening. P4, P5. Term goes up the inside of Zinks, and Mr. Andres goes inside of Firmsy as well. So battles happening all over the track, and Firmsy, I really don't think he should try it round the outside and yeses, and he's not going to do so. He's obviously listening to the screen.
Yeah, Andres doing his teammate big favour. That was so close between Andres and Firmsy. Slight contact, but this is really helping Term now because Firmsy was starting to catch up to him and Zing. But his teammate Andres really starts to hold up Firmsy and Stealth, who's now joined this Term train.
So here we go then. Once again, down the straight he goes, and Griffiths, you might just need to harvest for a lap or so. I think that's what Griffiths needs to do. Just harvest for a couple of laps, and then you should be able to get him on the penultimate lap or the last lap if he just sits behind him and harvests. I feel like that's what I'd be telling him to do if I was engineering him.
Oh, contact between Firmsy and Andres. Andres tried to keep it up the inside of Firmsy, and Andres nearly losing the car. But that's allowed the two SLR drivers of Firmsy and Stealth now through.
So yeah, contact there between the McLarens and Mr. Andres. Back up to the top though, Blades once again leading the race, and Griffiths, he shouldn't be touching his ERS through here. He should just literally just letting it build up and build up and build up until he can actually get one done. Hello Moo, welcome in son. Can Kieran launch an attack? I don't think Kieran's in. I think Kieran might just be settling for like P3 at this rate, to be honest. I mean, he won't be settling, but you know what I mean. He's not got a lot of ERS.
Yeah, he's used quite a bit as well. The top three have all used their ERS, to be honest. None of them really over 20%. Griffiths is a bit nip and tug with it. 19% he's on. He is still very close to race leader Blade, but maybe he's thinking long, wants to recharge the energy. He can maybe wait to the last lap of the race. Of course, the dip is so powerful with the toe as well down this straight. Is he maybe going to get past here, or are he going to wait?
No, Griffiths is burning. He is burning. He wants to move done on lap 21. And movement there from Blaze. He tried to defend it. He's not really done a good job of it, and he's going to have to sit behind him. And Griffiths now takes the lead of the race on lap 21. So we've got a new leader of the race, and that is Mr. Griffiths. He did have a 3.6 second lead at one point. Maybe he can try and pull away on the 2 lap and newer tyres. It'll be hard though, because Mr. Blades will have 2 DRS zones to stick with him, but we'll see how that unfolds.
Dizzy's just gone down the inside of Condi. This is for the final points position, I believe. I can't remember the point system, but top 10
14.
It is. Sorry, top 14 is the points. But this is for P10 battle. This is Tondi with the inside. Looks to have maybe got the move done. Dizzy's going to try and maybe go for the switchback. It's a poor exit though, and that's allowed Tondi into the top 10.
So top of the field you go, and now it's Blade's turn to try and sit in the DRS range of Griffiths. Griffiths going to try and pull away if he can. But right now, the leader is Griffiths. He got the lead on lap 1. He had the lead until about lap 14-ish. And then everyone starts to pit. He waited 2 laps. And Blades pit 2 laps earlier than him. Blades caught right up to him, overtook him. And now Griffiths is looking to try and gap Blades up to the DRS zone. I don't think he'll do it, but he's got a very good chance of doing it. 8 tenths now. Yeah, the newer tyres of Griffiths, you can see how much they're working for him.
Yeah, of course, Blade was the car out in front, so he did have to use quite a bit of his tyres. Griffiths was able to use the DRS and the slipstream to maybe just sit behind and just wait for the move to happen. And you can see 9 tenths is the gap now. The gap will maybe close a tiny bit with the DRS that Blade is getting off Griffiths. But I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe when he's going to get DRS next lap time, he might not even get it potentially.
Yeah, I mean, Griffiths is holding the cards here. He's got the newer tyres, he's out in front. I just feel like he's made it a lot harder for himself, that's all. He deserves to, you know, he probably will. He probably is the key word there. He probably will win the race, but anything can happen. You know, we've seen it before. Term is catching up. Term is. That's a good spot, Clever. 1.1 seconds now, and we've got movement here. Ads going around the outside of Stealth, and round the outside Ads goes, and Stealth, is he going to try and hold it out? Stealth has left the session.
Oh, he has. It's just as he was about to get overtaken by Ads. Oh,
he's pitting.
He's pitting.
Oh,
dear. It was a good race for Stealth, has just been completely undone by a disconnect, and his AI's decided to throw him into the pit lane. And that's maybe his chance of at least a top 10 now gone.
Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Right then, Blades. He's 8 tenths behind Griffiths now, and Griffiths is trying to get ahead of him by a second if he can, and it's going to be at 9 tenths. Drobble with a penalty. Drobble's still sticking out there. He's racing by himself, but he is sticking out there. He might get points, or points. He's trying. Term has line on, so he can actually drive for once. Fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough, but he is in range now. He is in range. I mean, Blades did not gain anything there, did he, really?
No, he didn't really gain much. The Blade, and is still very, very close to losing DRS. So's Kieran as well, and as we mentioned earlier, Term is on the same lap old tyres as Griffiths, has now joined this train to make it a 4-car train. So I wouldn't be surprised here if Term can maybe get himself onto the podium.
He's going to try it. Yeah. 4 drivers at the top. Oh, Kieran just dipping out at the second here. And that might leave it open for Term if he can. Let's see if Kieran will have DRS, and he won't. So yeah, Term is going to be very... Oh, no, he won't. So Term's going to be right in the back of Kieran here. Come turn 1. All over the back of him he will be. And as you can see, he's gaining. And Kieran drops about 1.3 seconds behind.
Yes, he does, and that's now him well out of DRS range, and that's going to invite Term to maybe sneak himself into the podium positions. Neither of them got really any battery to fight or defend. Kieran's gone a little bit wide out of the S's section, so that's going to close Term up even more. So I think this is where the battling is at.
Certainly is. I mean, there is a battle for the lead, but it's Griffiths. He holds the cards. He does hold the cards here. Blades is doing well to stick with him. He's doing a good job to stick with him. He's harvesting now. You can see that. He's not touching his ERS. He's just going to try and keep with it. Oh, Stealth gets a penalty. He's just drawn back and gets a penalty. Oh dear.
Yeah, Term's made a move around the outside at turn 12, and he's now into the podium positions. As Justin has left the session. Oh, yeah, he's DNF'd anyway. But yeah, Term now into the podium positions, making his way past Kieran.
Kieran touching the back of Term there. That's not going to help Term's cause. But Term, is he on a march here? Is he going to try? I don't think he's got enough laps, to be honest.
Yeah, big ass. If he wants to maybe get himself into the top 2. But we have seen the advantage that Griffiths is getting from those just even 2 lap younger tyres compared to Blade. So I wouldn't maybe be surprised if we see Term get within the DRS of Blade, but I think it will maybe be at the last lap if he is going to get his way past Blade.
I just watched Luca do a pirouette. And 10 out of 10 for that, mate. 10 out of 10 for that. So yeah, Term is gaining on Blades here, but he's using his ERS. He's got nothing left. I've got nothing left. Absolutely nothing. 3.5 laps to go of the race. I don't know how he spun it there. Andres gets himself a penalty. And Griffiths has done it. He has done it. Has he? I think he has. Yep, 1.1 seconds. So this is Griffiths' race now. He made it harder for himself, but it looks like it's going to be his race.
Yep, definitely his race to lose now. After pulling the DRS, you can see the gap to Blade, 1.1. And this is exactly what Term wants. He may not be able to win the race unless something happens to Griffiths. But if he can close the DRS, close within DRS range of Blade, he can definitely get the runner-up spot.
Just going to check warnings, because that's always exciting, isn't it? If anyone gets penalties and whatnot, we'll just have a quick check of it. Griffiths is on 1. Blades is on 1. Term is on, I believe that's 2. I'll say it's, yeah, I think Term's on 2. So the top 2 are on 1. Drobble gets another penalty. Who's got fastest lap? I'll check here now. It's Drobble. He won't even get a point.
We're so close to DRS this term. I think he's just out of it. So maybe give him another lap, give or take, and he's going to be within the DRS range of Blade. But Blade's still holding just outside of a second to Griffith. So if Blade maybe has a good first sector here, he might be able to get himself back in.
2 seconds, Ted. I might have just seen some movement on the brake in there from Fernsey. Might have. It looked like I'd had... Fernsey does scare me, I'm not going to lie to you. At times, he does. We're just going to keep an eye on this. We're just going to keep an eye on through ads here. Robles gave up. Yeah, he probably has. It looked like it, Kiwi, from what I saw. I don't know, yeah. It looked like it. Griffiths has raced to lose though. He's out clear. No DRS of Blades again. Just over 2 laps to go, Corey. It looks like Griffiths has got this.
Yeah, it looks like he's got it.
Here goes Adsto.
He isn't going to have P6. Yeah, he's right on the back of him now. Pulls to the right hand side. And can he get him all the way around the outside here at turn 12? It looks like he's going to maybe go for the switch back. Going to get the better exit, and he's got the fresher tyres as well. So nearly contact between the two. This is about for P6 in this race. Can Ad get the position off Fernsey? BRT versus SLR sends it up the inside. Can he make it well? Then wheel bang. Fernsey's had to go off the road. And is he going to hold on to the position though? As they go through 16, 17 and 18 now, Ads is going to go for the switch back again. Fernsey covers it off. And he's pushed his elbows out here between SLR and BRT.
Yeah, Ads is really trying his hardest here to get the move done on Fernsey. And I've raced Fernsey many times. Oh. Now that'll be from about 4 corners ago, I believe. Yeah, he went off the track and gained a position. That's probably harsh, that, to be honest. It's probably harsh, but that's the game, innit?
Terms in DRS, and so's Blade as well. It's going to be so close to whether he's going to get it. He's just outside DRS. The term now is within the DRS range, so he's got just under 2 laps to try and get his way past Blade.
Yeah, Blades is not going to have DRS again, and Term just about does. Term is using everything he has. It's been a good show from Term, to be honest. He's a challenger, the only challenger here today. He's doing a decent job of it. P3. But yeah, Griffiths has got the lead on lap 1, and he's held it. He made life a bit harder for himself. Whoever told him not to pit made life harder for him. But he's going to be entering a final lap very soon, and should be bringing home the win. But Blades is catching on this lap, but he's not going to be close enough for an overtake.
He's not going to be close enough to DRS again. Griffiths had a small error out of 15, but he hasn't been able to pull the gap again. Term now 0.6 of a second as we now start the last lap of this AEC Tier 1 race. And who is going to get the runner-up spot? I think we've got the race winner sorted if we can keep it on the road. But the battle for P2 is well and truly on between Blade and Term.
Yeah, just going to have a final check on warnings, because a penalty in the last lap would be absolutely carnage. Griffiths still on 1, Blades still on 1. So they're still good on the 1 warning, so I don't think a penalty is going to hamper him. Term looks like he's had a bit of a shocking S section there. He's going to lose a couple of tenths to Blades, and Blades might need to reinforce his side pods here, because Term is going to be gunning for him come turn 12 here. So yeah, let's see if Term can catch him. I don't think he will, but who knows what will happen. He is right behind him here. DRS will be activated. He's 5 tenths behind. ERS is turned on. DRS is wide open for him. And Term is gaining. He is gaining and gaining. But I don't think he's close enough. Is he close enough? We're about to find out. No, he's not. He's too far back. Has to sit behind him. But he might try and slingshot him come turn 14, 15. See if he can get a move done through here. But I don't think he will. He might just have to set up a P3.
Yeah, still, nevertheless, it's been a great drive from Term anyway. He's got nothing to lose. Well, he's got podium to lose, but he wants to get that P2. But I don't think, unless he absolutely sends it to the final corner, he's going to get that position. But it's been a great race nevertheless. But Griffiths, though, he's done even better.
He certainly has. And Term gets a penalty on the final corner. He's not even going to get a podium. Oh, Term. Griffiths takes the win. Blade P2. Term P3, but penalty on the penultimate corner knocked him off the podium. Oh, would you Adam and Eve it? Would you Adam and Eve it? It is, man.
Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see from Term, but yeah, it was a small error at the penultimate corner. He's lost the podium because that he was fighting for second place, and then all of a sudden he was going to be third. Now he's down to 4 for that 3-second penalty. The Kieran gets the final podium position after all of that.
Oh dear, oh dear. Tim is not going to be able to smell the lavender of the roses he would have got for getting on the podium, and that is an absolute shame for him. The stream survived again, lads. Fucking hell, we're on fire now. 2 out of 2. I'm going to start getting excited.
Don't get too ahead of yourself.
I know, yeah. 2 out of 2 now. Flying. Absolutely flying. Yeah, BRT won both races. There's one for you, lads. Get your old AEC history books out. When was the last time the same team won Tier 2 and Tier 1? There you go. Because I don't reckon that's happened before. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. But I don't reckon that's happened. ET might have done it, actually. ET might have done it before. TRS tomorrow, yeah. No one's done that, Kiwi. Definitely no one's done that before. Yeah. See if... There you go. I will... If someone really wants to find out the answer, when the last team won Tier 1 and Tier 2, I will personally PayPal you £5. There you go. There you go. And you've got that on stream. I'll stick by that. So if someone could, I'm just interested in stuff like that. Right, Griffiths wins the race. Blaze P2, Kieran P3. He stole that off Tim, really, hasn't he?
Yeah, again, it is, well, essentially Term's fault with the mistake at the last couple of corners trying to get that second place. But yeah, Kieran's took the opportunity with both hands and managed to bring home the podium for IRT this evening.
If it's never happened, Kiwi, it's null and void, mate. It's null and void. Right. Congratulations to BRT. Tier 2 and Tier 1. Can they make it Tier S winners as well? We're about to find out. Oh, I need to scroll down. Oh, I didn't scroll down. Oh, no, I did. Just about. I did. JT. Oh, I don't think I got it. JT might shout at me.
I'll get it. I've got it.
Oh well. Right. Sorted. We'll catch you tomorrow for TRS. Loveland and Joseph. See how that plans out in TRS. Yeah. The stream survived. Ah, lovely. Right. Catch you next week. No, I won't. I won't catch you next week. Someone will be in charge. Maybe Corey. Maybe Kiwi. Someone will be. I'm going to have a I'll see you in 2 weeks. Sorted. Right. Catch you later, fellas.